So, hi, I'm Julie Campbell, and today I'm here with Chris Watkins, and he's going to tell us all about his specialization and the primary positions he's held.
All right, thank you. Nice to be here. My name is Chris. My name's yeah. I need to say my name is Chris Watkins. I'm a post-harvest physiologist, which for those of you that don't know what that means, it's mainly work with storage, ripening and storage of horticulture crops. I work mainly with apples. So I've had a long history in various positions. I started in New Zealand, which is where the accent comes from, in a government department called DSIR. I won't bother with filling in the acronym, but it became various institutes over time, privatized, profit motive, quite different. But I joined in DSIR back in the days when they preferred to hire people without PhDs. Doesn't happen now, but it was a very interesting time. So if you worked for a while, you got the opportunity to go overseas and do a PhD. So I worked for a couple of years as a research scientist. I went to Rutgers in New Jersey, completed my PhD there, uh, went back to New Zealand, and then in 1994, long time ago,
Not that
that's
long
why I'm
time
in
ago.
HortLegend, just from age. In 1994, I took up a position as associate professor at Cornell University, and then went through the process and became a full professor. And then I had 10 years in administration as director of Cornell Cooperative Extension and as associate dean. That's sort of my sort of history capsule.
All right. So, what has horticulture meant to your life and career?
Yeah, great question. And I have to say that I'm not a traditional horticulturalist. I did not ever do a horticulture degree. I went to the University of Auckland. I was actually passionate about ecology and physiology. I like what plants do. I don't really love identifying them by species. I was always very fascinated. So my master's was actually on a sand dune plant, the ecology of a sand dune plant, and then the director of DSIR I interviewed for a couple of positions, and I was offered the one in post-harvest physiology, and then went on a very fast learning curve uh, to learn horticulture from that point on.
All right. So, what do you consider the most rewarding part of your career?
Yeah, so most rewarding part of my career has really been as somebody that loves interacting with industry, has been trying to maintain a balance with basic research and applied research. I love the interaction with the industry. In the science world, you get recognized over time. Uh, the industry lets you know whether they think you've done a good job or not very quickly. There's very little delay, very little filter. Uh, and I've just been in post-harvest at a really exciting time. I was there at the beginning of a technology based on an inhibitor of ethylene, known as 1-MCP, 1-methylcyclopropene, which has had a profound influence on apple industries around the world. Uh, At the moment, our big thing is dynamic controlled atmosphere storage. And then intertwined in all of that is the apple industry has been going through a tremendous change in the cultivars that it's breeding. So when I first went to New York, you better love Macintosh, you better love Empire, you better love Portland. And those apples knew what to do. They were meant to be climateric, they were meant to soften. And now we have Honeycrisp and the huge impact that that has had on the apple industry. And those apples do not behave like they have read a textbook about how apples should behave. So they have lots of problems. And as a consumer, you see just clean fruit. Sometimes that's just a small proportion of the fruit that went into storage. And we're obviously trying to reduce that food loss by coming up with strategies to reduce those internal brownings. But Honeycrisp, because of its economic importance, has been used as a parent for many progeny, and those progeny have inherited a lot of those problems from mum.
Yeah.
And so long after I'm finished in my career, there will still be lots of apple issues, which is interesting because administrators, and I was one, kind of think, well, you've been working on apples for 100 years, don't you have it worked out yet?
There's always
And in
new.
fact, it's a continual change, and it's really exciting to be part of that industry.
All right. So, how long have you been an ASHS member and what has it meant to your career?
Yeah, so I became an ASH member in 1981 on my way. My first conference in the States was a ASHS meeting in Atlanta, Georgia. And right from that point on, it was a very welcoming society. And as a sort of an untested, untrained person on my way to my PhD, it was just wonderful to feel part of that society, part of that embracing society that still exists to this day.
So given that, what advice would you offer new members to society, young people, professionals?
Yeah. Well, first of all, to join, be active. I've been through very many stages in the society, volunteering when I can. I was actually on the board for a few years, and I think those are, you don't start off with those goals, but they come. I think it's the opportunity to again to get together with your peer group across the country, and quite honestly, the value of these meetings is in part what you learn or see at the different sessions, but really the value is those interactions with your peers and older people. I used to look at the old guys and think, oh, they're the old team, and now I'm one of those old team people. And I think the other thing is you right or wrong, you're perceived by students as you're somebody there, maybe not unapproachable, and conferences provide the venue by which you realize that everybody is the same and you can share. Yeah, to me, the most important thing is to be strategic. Think about what your ambitions are, and work towards those, but take those opportunities when they come up. Sometimes they're going to add more work to your day, but it's worthwhile. You'll get that reward.
Okay. So then given all that, what excites you most about the future of horticulture?
We are in the food business. I think we all talk about food loss and food waste, and I think as horticulturalists, we have such a critical role in working towards feeding the generations that are coming. Again, talk about opportunities. I've had wonderful opportunities in international work. Again, don't you seize those? You realize that you can take the what you learn and what you have to offer overseas, and then get humbled by what you learn overseas. And my parting comment would be maybe that every time I go to storage operation and I'm working with those storage operators, I walk away hoping that I've learned as much from them as they've learned from me, or hoping sorry, rephrase that, hoping that they have learned as much from me as I have learned from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you so
Well,
much. I
thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
All right, cheers.